G'day everyone. Foggy morning this morning. We must be due for some rain what's the tail go? 90 days after fog is when you expect rain. Well, this is now the second day in a row I've had a decent fog. So we should be due, for a decent rain in about 90 days. Anyway, we'll see how we go this morning. We'll see how we get on today. George had a interesting time last night with stubble blocks. It shouldn't be happening because we are going in on the angle, so I'm not understanding what's happening. I think it's just all of the stubble from previous years is just blocking, and this bar is just a nightmare for it. So yeah, anyway, we will see what we do. So this morning I'm going to start our fans up, and that will get all the air warming up out the back there. Like I said, we've got that oil cooler on the back, so you get warm air coming through, which I'm going to need because, as you can see, it's foggy. Now the fact that I've swapped the ag flow back to the canola, I'm assuming I'm going to have a bit better of a time. Now I'm hoping I'm not going to have all those block issues that we were having in previous times with we're getting that liquidy, we're getting liquid coming in, blocking the bottom, blocking the top. So yeah, that's why I'm going to start the fans up and go get fuel. It'll take me, 15 minutes to go and get the fuel, come back, and then to fill it up will be another 10 minutes. So she'll be well and truly dry out the back there. So I'm hoping that's a perfect amount of time for me to just get roaring and hopefully have no issues with the blocking. But we're all going to find this out together. Alright, it's been half an hour since we started the fans. So what we're going to do now is a seat check. I just filled up the fuel. Now I'm going to put the tines in the ground and then just move forward, I don't know, about 1 or 2 meters. And the reason for that is when you've got a furrow, it's much easier to see the seed and the fert. When you just put it straight in the ground like that, it's quite difficult to see. So yeah, normally whenever we do seed checks, it's when we're pulling out of a run and we pull up and we've just finished the run, and it's very easy to see. So I'm going to do that because that's going to make my life a lot easier. Alright, we'll see how that looks. That would have made it a bit easier. So I got all my bins on, turn that on, we'll have seed coming out the back, and we'll go have a look. It's going to be interesting this morning with how wet the stubble is. We haven't had rain or anything, it's just this fog. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how I go getting through it. I could be pulling up and waiting for it to dry. Just, we don't want to be going round and round and round getting blocks. George was perfectly fine until his last run last night coming up. He got 4 blocks. So I'm not sure why, but yeah. I keep talking about it, so I'll show you the oil heater. It's the oil that goes through the fans, goes through a radiator to cool it down. And then, because obviously a radiator, it's hot, and it's sucking it straight into the fan. It's going to be noisy, but I'll show you. So if you got my hand signals, the wind goes through the radiator, warms the air coming through. Now, as you saw, we've only got one of them, so it's only on one of the fans. So we've got that on the rear pipe, which was the one that we had the agflow going through as well. But I just don't think it can keep up with how much moisture you draw through the air and goes these bloody fertiliser's attract. Our seed check is all good, so now it's time to get cracking and yeah, see how we go. John Deere's screen has decided that auto steer is shifted, so that's always handy. Okay, we're underway. We can tell because our revs are going on our bins there, and we can see it's counting down. We've got our green coming out. So at the moment I'm only sitting on 4.5 Ks. I just want to stay low until it dries up a little bit. I'll try going 6 in a little bit, but for the moment I'm just going to stay at this 4 Ks and just see how it all goes going through. I just don't want to get blocked straight up. I want to try and get as much as I can achieve today. We're coming up to our first obstacle. We're on the sand, so this is where we spaded last year, and you can see we've got stubble here, which is amazing. It was it yielded, which normally it doesn't, so claying definitely worked, but the stubble will be longer and it'll be easier to pull out. So far so good. Let's keep our fingers crossed, everybody, that we can get through this. I've been seeding for an hour now and it's been fairly good. I haven't had a block until now. So I just got one then, and you can see it there. It's a nice big one, and as Summers can attest, it starts right at the back at the middle there, and you don't see it until it's right up here, and it gets quite large. So yeah, I know how it occurred. I went around a rock pile and obviously the stubble's just collected off there. Going along here at my better speed up just a little bit, and my 4.8 Ks has been actually really good. I've been able to get through the stubble quite nicely. As you can see, it's 7:30 now, but you can see that the fog is still thick, so everything is still wet here. I'm going to be doing a seed check when I get down the bottom here, and I'm hoping that all my pipes are still clear. But yeah, we're just slowly ticking along, so yeah, we'll do a seed check in a minute, and we'll see if I've got any blocks. Let's hope we don't. Moment of truth. Let's see what we got here. So you can obviously see the urea. I can see canola, and I can see ag flow. So at the start, so far so good. Definitely switching, I didn't want to, but putting the ag flow pipe back onto canola, I think it's definitely sorted our issue out with definitely that moisture build-up that George was having. I mean, so far so good here as well, considering that it's still extremely foggy out here. So you got to imagine the amount of moisture that's been sucked in through those fans and then pushed in through these pipes. So yeah, it's I didn't want to do it, but we're able to get seeding and not have blocks and everything like that. It's just making George's life a whole lot easier. Urea, ag flow, and canola. We are all good. So aside from that one stubble block I had this morning, yeah, everything's going all right. Just sticking to my slow speed of about 4.8 Ks is working well. So yeah, we'll hopefully keep on going and have no more issues. Fingers crossed. Fog is starting to clear. It's still, you know, really foggy though. I tried to go up a gear, so going out, you know, like that 5.8 to 6 k's an hour, and the stubble's just a little bit too wet still. It just, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but the stubble sort of will start to boil a little bit and then fall off. When you go a bit faster, you don't give it time for it to fall off, and if the front ones get a bigger ball, then it makes it harder to get through to the middle, to the back. So yeah, I'm just staying at my 4.8 and ticking along, because seed's going in the ground and I'm not having to do loops, which is always a positive. Well, it hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies. I can actually see I'm getting a block now. Where the previous stubble was on the perfect 30-degree angle, it's been no worries. Where like going around this rock pile, or there's like a creek in the middle, so it's quite tall stubble that the headers have lifted over, it has been a nightmare. I've only had for the day 3 blocks, but there was one that I was able to stop and I just reversed and kicked it out, so I guess 4. I'm about to have a 5th, I'd imagine, looking over there. Yeah, it's this bar and trying to get through barley stubble. It's a frustrating one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull out. So just behind this wheel here is a block. That stubble just there, that's a block. Now again, it shouldn't be happening, well, it should be very reduced to happen with barley stubble, you know, going on this angle, but for some reason, I don't know if it's because the wheat stubble is going on the angle we're going on, and the barley stubble's on the angle. I'm not sure what's causing us the most grief, but up until yesterday we had no issues. So yeah, once it dries out a lot, I'm going to get George to jump into the next paddock and do the outside laps there, because I reckon that paddock there will be easier for him tonight, because if he's going to block like I am now tonight, it'll be a nightmare for him, you know, because obviously I've got the sun out now and everything's drying out, whereas come the night, it's the opposite, everything gets wet. So we'll just keep on ticking along and see what works for us. George is jumping on now. It's his turn to take over the seeder. Now you can see I'm standing a bit of bare dirt. My last run I had a block. It's been pretty good since I last spoke to you. Except for, yeah, this last one right at the end, I got that block. Now the only thing that I can put it down to, and I'll go this way without walking in front of the seeder, is this is wheat stubble, and then there's also so you got wheat stubble and you got barley stubble in there. It's better if I show you over there, but George is about to take off and I don't want to get squished. So the wheat stubble, so barley stubble last year, this was 3 tonne. The wheat stubble the year before was about 4.5 tonne to the hectare, and the wheat was it was starting to lodge, so it was leaning over. And seeding last year, thought on the angle was ideal, but because we've still got the wheat stubble there, it is just, that's what's catching me, well, catching the bar as we're going up. You're getting to where the headers have not been able to pick it up, and there's you know, just a bit longer stubble there, and that's, I think, what's doing it. Like I said, he's gonna go here, he's got to go around the pines now, so we'll see how he goes. We'll do a fill for fairly shortly, then we're going to get him in that paddock just there and do the out. That's that'll be a better stubble, like the soil will have a stronger stubble, if that makes sense. This stubble here is like a weaker stubble, like it's sort of the best I can describe it. This stuff will pull out easy, over there it won't. So yeah, that's the plan. He'll go over there, get that done, and then this will come back here and get this done, and back into there when it gets wet and cold. That's what we're hoping for anyway, so good luck, George. I'm in Wally, so you know what that means. Time for a fill. Now he's over here because once we fill him, he's going to go into that next paddock like we discussed, and he's going to do the outside laps in there, because he will be going into there tonight if he has a good run, so it's better to get those outside laps done now. And since he's been on, he hasn't had a bloody block, so fantastic. Yeah, but I thought definitely going around the pines there he was going to block, but no, he said he's been all good, which is, yeah, good news. So obviously once the stubble had warmed up to you know, dry out, it's been a lot better. So yeah, we'll fill him and get him on his way. Look how good that sign looks. So later on today we're actually getting Fert delivered. We've still got a fair bit left of the Ag Star here, but we're getting another truckload. There was meant to be another truckload of urea, but we just wouldn't fit 60 tonne in there, so another, this will be quite full by when that's finished, but yeah, we figured we can fit the Ag Star, but we can't fit the urea. And we'll just have to book the urea at a time. I mean, that'll probably last us all a canola, maybe even more. So we'll just judge it and get it when we need it. So I'm filling the diesel tanker up now, so I don't forget, and then it'd be tomorrow morning when I'm meant to be filling the tractor up. And George would be asleep right there, so I think I'd get in trouble if I did that. But can you guys see on top there, that's the egg bot on the diesel, so just there. And they are all working, they've all synced or sent data, so yeah, it's good that that's all working. It doesn't receive as much doesn't send data as often as what you'd think. I want it sent, you know, every 15 to 20 minutes, considering it's on cellular, especially for a tank that you're filling up with water. But no, it's like 3 hours to 6 hours it uploads, and that's not good enough, to be honest. I'll be giving them a call at some point and having a chat to see about that, because cellular is meant to upload more often than satellite. I originally ordered satellites, but these got delivered, so anyway, it doesn't matter. But these are meant to upload at a more regular basis, but it doesn't seem like it. So I want to find out why it's not, because especially when it comes to filling spray tanks, you want to know where your water's at, especially when you've got a pump filling it, and they can fill quite quickly. So you don't want to have a 6-hour delay between saying you're half full and you're over full. You want a 30-minute delay, and then that way you can keep on top of it. So unfortunately it's come out past the apron, and yeah, it's a bit annoying when that happens. It's because our roof isn't high enough, but and I mean, I can't reverse a truck for, well, 2 trailers. I can reverse one. Obviously, if it gets more in the middle, you can you know, avoid doing that. But yeah, reversing a truck back is damn near impossible. So all the credit to him for getting in there. So the next one will be easier. He'll be able to get that one, you know, dead center, and then all that mass is, you know, it spreads out evenly. So I'll just push this up, and then yeah, we'll get the next one done, and then do a bit of shoveling. Now, I'm not sure what we're going to do to get everything out of that track, but we'll figure something out. So we've got a little tool that Dad designed a while back. It's a road post, and it's got cut out the grooves. It does work, but you still end up with some stuff in there. Anyway, I better get on a broom. So the easiest and most efficient way to get everything else out of this track is to use the fire unit. So I'll get out of the sun. You can see how I've still got it in there. So we'll just wash that out. Obviously try and not go too much with the water, because that stuff there attracts a hell of a lot of it, and it'll start to crust up if you spray it or get it wet. So just a little bit of water along here, and we'll get this cleaned up, and the Fert shed all ready to roll.